Hi, everybody. Welcome to the video behind the scenes of our Poland and France trip. And I just want to thank everybody for your prayers, especially for me. On the way home, I caught some kind of a virus. I got really very sick and had to go to urgent care as soon as we got off the plane in Knoxville. And don't still don't know exactly what it was, but probably some kind of COVID. But I've been pretty rough with lots of symptoms over the last 5 days. But I think this is the first day I felt like we've been able to do this, or I've been able to do it. So thank you for your prayers. This was a trip that was really fruitful. It was a lot of really good things that happened on this trip. And so just wanted to give you some extra thoughts about it. This is the place where we did our first week, and it was our writing retreat. It's an artist retreat there in Normandy. It's called the Apple Orchard. Got a little video of it here. You can kind of see and maybe hear the birds too. It was really pretty charming, actually, because of it's set aside for creatives to come and create. And so that's what we did. We created, and there's a little footage of the village here. We had kind of a daily routine.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a really idyllic setting. And so each morning we went for a walk together and then made breakfast. And the majority of the day we spent just focused on writing. And we had a lofty goal. Didn't think we would be able to make it, but we wanted to at least do the first draft of 30 devotionals. We're working on a book about short-term missions, as most of you know. And the devotionals are geared towards before, during, and after trips to prepare your hearts and to help you process with what's going on during the short-term mission trip. So we wanted to get the first draft done of all 30, and we did it. Which is surprising to us.
Yeah, really, we didn't think we were able to do that.
Yeah, we really felt like people were praying for us. So thank you.
True. And we were able to focus a lot. We split it up, 15 for me and 15 for her, and worked every day right after a prayer walk and breakfast. We hit it, and we hit it all day long every day for 7 days. And it was definitely a working trip there. But it was a great environment.
Yeah, beautiful setting. And the curators of this little retreat center are Stephen and Mickey Thrall. They're originally from the U.S., but have been serving in France for over 30 years. And for many years, over 10, they were in Paris serving artists. They had a little museum for local artists to display their art in, and a really incredible ministry to people in that sphere. But now they are overseeing this retreat center, and they are such a blessing, just a delight to spend time with. So that was a perk of being there as well.
It's a great. If any of you have written anything, you know that you really have to have some concentrated time on it. You can't just have little tiny chunks of time. You have to have blocks, and this is the only reason we were able to get so much done. So we're really grateful for that. And then after that, we went from Normandy back in toward Paris in Carrier-sur-Seine, which is where Philip and Jennifer Adams live. We were with the Adams and with their church for a few days, and we were able to minister to their group of their young professionals who they're training for ministry. And this is such a great group of people, and you can see some of that training going on here. It's actually a Zoom call happening too, so there's 4 or 5 others on the Zoom call. And we were able to talk about making disciples and how we have experienced the process of making disciples in our personal lives and here locally, but also in the nations in different ways. And they just soaked it up. They were so hungry.
Very open.
And then in the evening, the service starts at 5 o'clock there. We were at the service, and I actually brought a word that had to do with being a river and not a bog. And it really has to do with being generous and the kingdom of God flowing through you and allowing not holding up what God's given you, but opening up. And I think it was a real prophetic word for the church. And we also had 2 evenings where we ministered to some leaders, some church leaders there, along with dinner with the Adams. So it was really a great time of personal, or couple ministry as well as ministry in the church.
And this is a memory of one of the hottest summers on record in Paris. The first week we were still in France. It was hot. It was up to 100 degrees, but at least in the country it would cool down at night. But in the Paris area where you've got asphalt and concrete buildings, it just really never cools down.
No.
And so you can see in this picture, the windows are closed and we're holed up in there. It's our classic World Cup picture. We like to take, this is our souvenir for all the different places we go, take pictures of coffee.
Yeah,
but,
we call it World Cup because it's cups of coffee in the world, but there's the World Cup going on now, and France is still in it. But I'm pretty into the World Cup. But this is the thing about this picture is we're shut up in there because it is so hot. It was 113 degrees. And no escape, and the place is no air conditioning, and so it was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
And you're from Alabama,
and I'm from Alabama, so
she knows hot.
This is pretty drastic. The last time France had a heat wave of this caliber was in 2003, and 10,000 people died of heat-related issues.
Yeah.
So, and even this time around, 40 people died from drowning, just trying to get relief from the heat and jumping into the Seine.
Yeah. And over 2,000 deaths as well.
Right.
Related to the heat there. It was terrible. So it was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we made it. Praise God.
We made it.
Yeah. And we did get to go into Paris,
It was not part of the original plan.
No. Into Paris itself the trip there was because Jenny needed to go to the emergency room because of her eye, the ophthalmology emergency department in downtown Paris. So we had to go down there. And so this is the only picture, I'm sorry, that we have of both of them together, but we are very late in the emergency room, and we got home that night probably at midnight or so. We got up around 3-ish to get ready and get in an Uber to go an hour to the airport to get on a plane to go to Poland. But Jenny's okay.
Jenny's
okay.
fine.
She's fine. But it was just a time sensitive thing because they were also flying the next day too to the States because she's going to see her mother who's ill. So she's okay. But we went from there to Poland.
Yes, so we flew from Paris to Poznan. Poznan is a city in Poland where, incidentally, my cousin Joy and her husband Igor are living and serving. They work with YWAM, and their goal is to set up a YWAM base in Poznan. So Igor was actually in Tanzania during our visit on a mission trip. But we had a great visit with Joy. She's doing just incredible with the language study and with assimilating into the culture. Yeah. So this was a picture of a little coffee date that we have with her, which was neat because the coffee shop that we're pictured in was started by one of the daughters of a songwriter that's in the collective that Mark has been working with.
Yeah,
so
it was great.
And so, here we are in Guja, which means wilderness, but that's where the campsite is, where the songwriters have been meeting for the past 4 years in the summers. You can see our attire is different at this point. We had about a 60-degree drop in temperature. Yeah. So it was blustery, it was cold, rainy, windy, and we enjoyed the relief, but our bodies were a little confused. Mm-hmm. So,
so this is there in Guja. These are the songwriting team that were gathered together, and we were outside that first night. Excuse me. You still pray for me. And we were, I was teaching there the first night. We did 8 sessions on the revelation of Jesus in many different forms in the book of Revelation, especially chapter 1, verses 5 through 7. So this well-rounded picture of Jesus as king, majestic authority, as bridegroom, as ascended and risen and ascended Lord, as a lamb, and as judge. And so this understanding him in his fullness, and they were so hungry, and it was just really beautiful. We both got to teach on that. And of course, the next day we had to move it inside because it was too cold to be outside. And this is Amy taking one of those morning sessions with her interpreter, Melania. And then what happens during the day is there's these songwriting teams just kind of gather together in different places on the property. It was a couple of times during that week, actually nice enough to be outside. It was sunny. So here are the guys out there with guitars, and it's really very cool to see because you see multiple generations. Like you have different generations, different denominations working together, writing, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. And then in the evenings, what happens is they come together, and they kind of play the songs they've been writing. So that's just a taste of that here. So this is kind of a consultation. They play the songs. Everybody's reading the words along with it. People give feedback, instant feedback, and it's a very encouraging atmosphere where people are really exhorting people, and it's just a great atmosphere to write in and create in.
More World Cup.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just another one. This is just outside of on the property there, where the agrotouristica just mean agriculture and tourism together. Special place set aside where they don't do a lot of altering to the land, but people can come and just be on the land and in a nature setting. So, yeah, and we had a surprise.
Yeah, on the way home, Chris Ellis texted us and let us know that Sam was on his way to Thailand and asked for prayer because he had some delays and cancellations in his itinerary. And so we were thinking about him as we were walking through the Detroit airport, and there's Sam.
I looked up and I know this guy. Wait a minute, it's Sam.
So we got to pray for him in person.
Yeah.
And it was really neat.
Yeah, it was great. And he did, there was some issues of his travel, but he did get there, so he's doing well. So that was just really cool, though. We hardly ever fly through Detroit, but we did, and he was there. So, yeah, that's it. So just a few updates there. And we are on our way. We're hopefully in September to Nepal. This is the game plan anyway. And I've worked with the brother there in the mountains of Nepal, if you recall. A couple of years ago, Yuri and I went, and we have an opportunity to go back there and support them. One of the ladies who we support with the Melissa Movement is also there, Pastor Bishwa's wife, Gopi. And also we have an opportunity to take eyeglasses in, hopefully several hundred pairs of eyeglasses, and take them up into the mountains. There's a mobile optometry unit that is being made available to us, and we're going to be able to take those in there. It's a big deal because they just don't have access to them, and you can imagine if you need glasses and you don't have them, what a change that would be. Mm-hmm. So, but we're really praying about that trip, and we appreciate it. Your prayers as well, and thank you so much for your giving. You are making it possible for us to do these things. We're really grateful for the fruit that's happening over this, over continued trips, you kind of keep going back to those fields and keep going back, and you keep ministering to these people, and God builds relationships, and over a period of time, something bigger happens. So we're grateful to you for that, and we'll keep you posted. Thanks so much.